have no problem playing, but you guys have to pick your DMPCs. So you guys have a choice. You could have a paladin go with you. He is an Oathbreaker, and they are very stupid, but they are very strong. You can have a magician who is also very strong, very smart, but lacks in the well, they have a heavy body odor, and it's kind of an issue that cannot be fixed even with magic, it seems, as this individual even does have prestidigitation. So usually what they do is they cast it on people, and then now that they cast it on you, you no longer smell them, and then that's kind of how they get away with being in groups. That's that individual. And then your third choice is a rogue individual who is not very good at hiding, but will kill everything that comes around, pretty much, just about. He will not be hiding.
The rogue sounds the most useful out of all of those.
They're all useful. They all have different things. I mean, the mage has magic, and they fight with swords and stuff. They're pretty tanky. The tankiest of them all, to be honest. Paladin has healing, of course.
Well, if we end up in a dungeon crawl, a paladin's definitely gonna be useful.
I really hope that one day, Victor, you would say, we're already in a dungeon whenever you land on a planet, because technically, it's just all world planets, baby. So here's let's start off with this. Roll me D100s, both of you.
Okay.
This place, this planet, this realm, compared to many of the others that you specifically have been in, Arthur, it's kind of commonplace for weather to be fixed in different realms. Even cities sometimes have some sort of weather tech. This place is just random with its conditions. At some points it is raining, other points is hailing, other points is this sandy sort of like it's a sandstorm, but the sandstorm that cuts you. It's the pebbles that are thrown around from whatever mysterious issue causes that dust pool to occur really is dangerous to most all individuals. Armor doesn't even protect against it very much. Usually you'd have to leave the area or find a way to beat it away, but those are less common than anything else. What really does occur more is the bit of acid rain that arrives every other week or two. It usually does touch all over the planet. There's moments of frigid cold that just inexplicably move with this mist. As you guys are pretty much dead center there, Amir, just so that you're aware, when it comes to the rolls, generally, like 9 times out of 10, unless I say otherwise, the lower numbers is favoring me, the higher numbers are favoring you. What that means really is ambiguous. Just as long as it's towards you, you can generally assume it'll be a positive outcome. Not that necessarily when it comes low is it going to be a negative outcome, but chances aren't too great against it either. Now, as we have 30 and a 60, I feel like that's split down in the middle. I like it. I will say that it's just been continuous fog. It's just been like this sort of mysterious effect where you can't really see past 20 feet your natural vision, because this fog is just emanating everywhere. But then anybody that just walks into that scope, you see them almost clearly. It's sort of weird. It's very 1990s game like, video game like. But I leave it to you all to decide what the DMPC you guys wish to do and how that goes out. Ririsu 9 and the individual known as Vane, along with the one that is accompanying Ririsu. Actually, Ririsu and her would have left already, so Vane would have been the one telling you the entire situation. They would have told you the best spots to check out, which you already know. They would have given you more information. Specifically, we'll get to that when we get to that. But they are the ones who would offer the aid, as they have people who can help you. I leave it to you.
On one hand, we got a tank that could also heal. On the other hand, we got a rogue that can kill.
The mage is the tank, the paladin's a healer, and the rogue is a killer. Mage can also do magic, but yeah. It's just Kiwami, to be honest. It's not actually Kiwami, but it's pretty close.
So basically, Kwame, but the quiz just got ditched.
I don't know about that.
Do you remember last combat session where we all nearly got killed?
Yeah. I remember. Do you remember?
Oh, I remember.
Okay. What'd you guys get off that?
I just figured we might as well get ourselves a tank so they can take the damage.
I mean, they were all over the field. These individuals. But you guys got their weapon. So who's got that?
That was a kobold, not kobold, but our dragonborn friend.
Oh. Arthur, you picked it up? That cup of fizzy drink?
Oh.
The chalice of elemental burn.
Does it cause actual elemental burns?
Did you read the description? Every element is different. For all you know. But yeah, 50 damage from fire. That's a massive hit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's first see if my character can take it.
I mean, why can't you?
My health.
I mean, hopefully you're not the one getting hit by it anymore.
Yeah. So, Amir, your thoughts?
But at the same time, the mage is appealing. But at the same time, healing is nice. And while I can do sort of, kind of, not really healing, it's not healing.
I feel yeah. I had this one. That guys told you the one time I played as a bard.
No.
So there was this one campaign that my character is just constantly kind of die for one reason or another.
Like this one? Or worse?
Like Arthur?
Yeah, you're always going down.
I mean, similar to Arthur. I mean, that's that way I
more
won't miss
squishy though. What happened to your bard?
Oh no, the bard didn't die. He's currently living.
Okay.
It was the character before him, a barbarian. How he died, may I ask? He died from a lich. Specifically, the method of turning to stone.
Oh, that sucks. Because you could actually get him back, probably. Unless they ruined it and just scattered him all over. And that's just whoops.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Our dwarf just smashed my character to pieces.
What the fuck? Okay. That's interesting.
Oh, yeah. The barbarian and the dwarf did not get along.
Man.
But we were contractually unable to kill one another, so
I mean, that sounds like murder, but all right. So what are you guys
or
gonna
move
do?
on.
Because there's no barbarian as a choice.
The dice has decided for me that I will choose the paladin.
You prefer
so you put it
paladin.
on. I think he put it up on dice.
Repeat that, Arthur.
I think he actually put it up on dice for that one.
Yeah, no, he did. He rolled the d20. I do that sometimes too. I can't make a decision. Either the dice tells me the decision I wanted to make, or I let it be. But
on one hand, you know what? I'm just going for paladin too.
So paladin, all right. Could I have Arthur roll me a d8? Amir, roll me a d12. I need a post-it note. No, not a post-it note. Index. No.
11.
Index. No. Thank you very much. D8 from Arthur. 1. Oh no. Okay. Okay. I can rock with it. Okay, so this vain individual, again, looking like Idris Elba. He's very tall, very dark, very older than the individual that I'm relating him to. But they have their grays growing in a bit of a short nappy hair that has a bit of a kind of an M headline going on, a little far back, very close to Vegeta, to be honest with you. No man would be happy with that. But as he rocks it just fine, he seems to be nonchalantly giving you guys information the entire time, holding on to his samurai sword with his right hand, using his left hand with his mannerisms, all the like. He eventually, just taps on the table. He says, yeah, so definitely I'll send over my friend. They'll meet you at whatever site you wish to breach first. Since the intent is to free the magic of this place, I'm honestly pretty excited to see how it's gonna go. Again, I am not in favor of you or the other factions. If they ask for my help, I will be there equally to all. My intent is to make sure that something comes from Urth. I don't care what. And he tells you guys, yeah, where are you guys gonna go? Which place do you choose to go first?
But what about that whole challenge? That whole 24-hour across the globe back challenge?
Yeah, we have 24 hours.
Yeah, you have 24 hours. This is it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
You've been in it. Like minutes have passed at most.
Okay, so we gone through Australia?
No, you haven't done anything yet. You're just choosing where you're going first.
So should we just start from Australia, then head to the Americas, or go to the Americas and head to Australia?
You're already in the Americas. This is the Canada area. You could hit Mexico easiest from here, then hit Egypt, and then Australia would be the next closest. That pattern is the closest, but you do not have to do that in that order if you feel that doesn't matter. You may ask questions. He tells you that this entire village is basically this entire town is basically survivors that have either found out about other factions or are doing this and that, blah blah blah. And again, in 24 hours you'll reset. So if you want to push hard to see what's going on one side, might be worth it. If you want to swing it all at one go, that's a choice. but he does inform you the people around here are to aid you. Other than the guy who's going to show up, whatever first place you're going to arrive to, you have access to basically all of Earth's intel. You just have to point and choose. You aren't timed. You're in fact time locked.
What's
So
the fastest vehicle we can get our hands on?
who are you asking this to? At this
It's
point,
more of like a generalized, speaking openly kind of deal to anyone who would bother to respond.
so would you ask this in front of Vane? May I ask?
Yeah.
Okay, so like if you
Yeah.
guys are still in front of Vane when you bring up your query, it will be met with a bit of a raised eyebrow, and they'll tell you, you and I have very different thoughts on what is a vehicle. We're currently on a pretty fast one ourselves, Urth. If you're thinking more creations by one of you or the others, it'd probably be those things they call jet planes and the like. The issue being faster than light travel hasn't been invented yet. And in a year's time, if that doesn't happen, whoops. That's Vane. You could ask anyone else in the city, the town, and you could pretty much be sure that they'll give you more specific information. In fact, if you were to step outside and be like there's a kid just on his bicycle, and you were like, hey, what's the fastest vehicle around? He'll tell you it's the Mark 24 Gambit, and you will find out real quick. That's just a motorbike, like a flying motorbike thing, and it's pretty fucking fast. So yeah, like it will take you like about 20 minutes to get that information, to be honest with you. So I'm counting 20 minutes on there.
I'm gonna ask Vane if he'd be willing to give us a hint.
He says, I already have. I've pointed you to the right position. I give you items that you might need. But other than that, I cannot do more. My hands are tied. But I cannot say
You'd
no
be
to your
willing
aid.
to give us another hit, even if it's smaller than the first.
Hints, I'll give you all the hints you need. If I am aware of something, I will give it to you. But I am not a creature of knowledge. I am of power.
I see.
I would ask why we are trusting this thing, but alright.
I mean, Ririsu trusts him and says you won't find anyone that's more neutral. So,
Is it too late to decide to not do this challenge?
unfortunately not. For
Well,
because you have
not
made
too
it
late.
your way. No, unfortunately, you are not able to skip the challenge. Because if you have made it your way to this planet due to a time issue, I keep you. You are now agents of chaos. You are part of my retinue. I move you to where I wish, but I don't want to move you. I want to see where you go. Let the pieces fall where they may. If you wish to conquer, let it be. If it's saving lives you prefer to do, sow the seed. Chaos always rises from it, whether today or tomorrow.
Well, might as well go for our original goal and start fixing up those pillars.
Remember, the time elapses, and everyone you have met will not remember but a thing. The only constants are you and I.
Well, that's definitely going to be an interesting conversation. Okay.
Yeah. So what do you guys do?
Oh, I'm gonna go ask about that bike.
Yeah. You go to eventually to a shop that just has like a whole bunch of vehicles. They don't have that mark, but they do have like other ones. It's a used vehicle shop, unfortunately. But probing them for more information about like faster vehicles, they would say you're in the wrong place. You probably want like jet engines, seriously, and they're not even that far. They're like to the east. There's a whole military base here and everything.
Oh, gotta make my way there.
Yeah. Arthur, what are you doing? Are you guys together?
Are
I thought.
Don't,
I guess
are we
we
splitting the party? Are we gonna split the party? Anything could happen
mean-
in 24 hours, and it'll reset. Maybe, for all you know.
the whole thing could have been over?
Yeah, no, I mean, you guys could divide and conquer or stick together just to guarantee success. Up to you guys. How you want to do it?
Your call,
Let's stick
Amir.
together.
Yeah.
Because just because everything will reset doesn't mean we'll reset.
Yeah.
So if we die, there's
I
no
mean-
guarantee we'll come back to life.
No. That's kind of the point. You will. You'll return. You'll retain those memories. You would have died. It is full on Groundhog Day, but Space Edition.
Die. Space Edition Groundhog Day.
Space
My
Edition
favorite.
Groundhog Day.
Let's go together anyway, just in case there's something that I don't notice or don't know to ask that you may notice or know to ask.
Like, nah. More than likely that probably won't be the case, but hey, could happen.
Everyone has merit in this game and can figure their things out. You have taught me much, and others will. Where is your path? What do you guys want to do? Other than going to the fort, what are you doing, Arthur, specifically? Do you ask the guy anything? The
Yeah,
guy in the
does that.
used shop? Used auto shop? Used vehicle shop. It's not just automobiles. Go ahead.
He was going to ask whether or not he would know of. Okay, buddy. Odd question.
Yeah.
Unrelated to you. But let's say we need to run across the planet and back. If we have to do it purely by foot, what would it take us to get there?
By foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry. By vehicle.
By vehicle? Alright, by vehicle, yeah. So fastest thing, probably get you around. Assuming you don't have someone to like warp you over there, then yeah, you probably might need some sort of like access to the they call it the magnetron trap. But that's just to like scare the kids so they don't go around that thing. It's just this like weird tube, half tube, half like catapult thing that they got. It's kind of underground. It's very scary, and you don't always come out okay at the end. But if you want the fastest thing, that'll get you to basically any of the 11 zones, not the 12 to 13th, but any of the primary 11 zones within an hour, maybe 20 minutes for some, depending where you are.
Fascinating. Thank you.
Again, he does point to the military base. He says fast vehicles and the weird shit on the military base. Where's the military base? Fort Hubert. Is that it? Yeah, that is it. Okay. It's number 4 on the map, all the way up here to the northeast.
North. So, What we have to do is figure out how.
Right there.
So, I guess it's all point, at least from here, is pointing to a military base. Weird shit, magical vehicles.
Let's do it.
Okay. Going up there, you guys are stop for a second. They do a bunch of nodding to each other, and then they say, "All right, so we've been informed to give you access to the entire fort. I don't know who you are. This individual looks like Tabaxi. He's a very ratty-looking yellow individual, orangey Tabaxi. And they're besides that, their clothes, their apparel, it's very form-fitting. They're standing upright. Their tail barely even swings, is the stiffest thing you guys have ever seen. It has just enough motion for you to recognize it to be active or alive in any way, shape, or form. But this trip you made on your way up here, definitely arduous enough for you guys to have maybe be out of breath and taking crap from this individual who's probably like 4 feet tall, very buff in all regard, and generally gruff with their voice. They're just yelling at you, upset that they have to follow orders to such a way to placate to you. And they say, but since that's the case, we have a couple rules. First, you do not draw weapons unless your lives are in danger or you are going to protect someone else's. Are we understood?
Fair and completely necessary. Understood.
I don't even really like weapons, so yeah.
Brings the next point. No magic. I know some people have access to it still. Do not cast magic. It's going to cause problems for everyone inside. Understood?
Understood, sir.
Understandable.
Third thing. If you begin to float, just tell the first personnel that you do find, and they will help you get down. If you wait too long, we will not be able to get you back down.
I don't want to be here anymore. That sounds like a horrible thing. I don't
It's
think I
okay.
want to
Just wear these
participate in
magnet
that.
boots here.
Are
And
you
they give
gonna
you magnetic
explain
boots.
why we float?
You will see when you're inside. It's a little easier for me to just show you than to just don't worry.
I enjoy
Arthur
being
looks
a
at
hands-on learner, but I don't.
Arthur looks at Amir. My good friend, by comparison to worser cases I've been in, trust me, we could be in much worser case. We could not be warned at all.
Yes, the magnet boots are good, but they're not great. So just again, if you start floating, just let someone know. And he just starts walking. You see that this individual doesn't have boots on. They don't have shoes on at all. They're just like walking. Yep. You guys follow?
Yeah, see that? No, I don't.
Okay. They are tabaxi. They could climb walls. They're just latched on.
Arthur looks at Amir and he's like, wait, sorry, what was he said? I'm sorry, I probably misheard all that.
Oh, yeah, no. And he pointed at the Tabaxi's feet and he's like, "You see that? Yeah, no, I'm not going there." They gave us magnetic boots, told us if we float to let someone know, otherwise they can't get us back down. Won't tell us why we float. Haven't told us why we can't use magic, and they're entering without boots. That's a lot of red flags to me, friend.
Yeah, he walks about 20 feet, and then he opens a door, and he's like waiting for you guys. You see inside of the room that there's a bit of a bright light. It's sort of blue, but the closer the light gets to you, it turns more white. he looks like he's just dipped into the ocean. So yeah, he looks like he's basically underwater at the moment.
Amir will call out, as much as I'd like to just follow you through, I need more information.
I can't tell you anything until I close the doors inside. You won't float by the doors. Can you trust me that much? He's like yelling. He's kind of annoyed. He's tapping his feet. He's looking at a watch.
Amir's gonna sigh and begrudgingly follow.
Yeah. Are you with the boots on or no?
Yes.
Okay. Clank, 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 clank. You eventually do get there, and the reality of the azure that lays upon your person is intense. This is like being hit with a flashlight if it was tinted blue. This is, in all retrospect, standing in front of a star, a blue dwarf, so to say. And there's no such thing as a fucking blue dwarf, but you know, they have a bit of a blue effect if you look at it with your squinted eyes. As there is a bit of a immense light at the top of this dome. Maybe there's no end to this area, but the spire that you wish you entered from, this didn't really cause you too much concern to think it to be infinite in expanse, high as a skyscraper or the tallest building from within, yet a simple castle hold from the outside. This extraplanar realm seems to have an elongated, just a like a solar ray, just like a captured, like a captured beast. It's writhing on its shackles that keep at it locked, and its tendrils, its arms, whatever it could define as a vestige, is trying to rattle itself out, yet it is unable to, and is consistently and always fighting, submerged in what seems to be a pool of some liquid, this biomass that seems to snuff it even more. There's clearly some sort of engineering, or how would I say, artificery occurring in this place, but what it actually is, you don't know. I assume you both step inside though.
Yes.
Okay, great. So as you both step inside, they'll close the door, and then again, you don't feel like you're gonna float or anything like that. They just close the door, and then they say, okay, now that we're in a secure area, this is the Maximus Potential Theory 44. This is what we're trying to, how do you say, spark the planet to move.
That is... Arthur just a bit looks at me and is like, why does this remind me of something?
The MPT is basically a captured star. It is a fifth of it. We're unable to encapsulate the entirety of one that is in a different solar system from ours, thanks to a bit of aid from a couple of archfays and archdragons. And with their the technology's been lost for millennia now, so we are simply the descendants of the ones that nabbed it. And and we don't know much. This thing is just here. This is not the important part. You're here for a ship, right?
Just having to get our way down to Mexico, then I believe somewhere in Europe, then Australia.
Oh, you wish to use the track?
Yeah. Short.
Okay. Oh, I wish they would have communicated that. It would have been much easier. I would have been less intense at the start there. I'm not sure who you all are.
And for the betterment for both our sakes, you probably shouldn't know.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
a
no.
halfling.
Okay. That's nice. You both again know the appropriate people.
Well, it's clearly because I'm such an amazing halfling.
Okay. There we go. I'm not sure how you've gathered this much access, but
Either
I'll
way,
do what
that's
I
fine.
was told, and I'll give you the keys to the track. Do you know anything about the Magnetron device?
I'm afraid we have not.
Okay. So
We're in privy to such info.
we'll be launching you at about Mach 7 within the innards of the planet's crust. Now, the magnetron used to be fully functional before the planet started cracking, and there are some points that are disconnected. You will have to navigate a little bit to make sure you arrive safely. It's better to have experience with the magnetron or similar devices. Are you able to use land vehicles in any way,
Yes,
shape, or form?
Yep.
Oh, okay, that's great. This is a ground vehicle, so you'll have not too bad of a time, but it is gonna be a learning curve, maybe. Good luck. He's just like nodding to you, having walked you all the way over to what seems to be this tube, this a cylinder tube that has a smaller cylinder tube right on an opening within it. That definitely has seating for like 8 people. It's sort of a Knights of the Round Table all around kind of view, and then there's one specific seat that is sort of elevated higher, and then in a more secure spot is a pair of seats there, a pilot and co-pilot seat. That one looks a lot safer than the other seats, but it's in the front, so maybe not, because it has a windshield, which is just glass. And do you guys know what glass is? It's just sand heated up all to hell. That's what glass is, apparently. Tempered, we hope. So, what are we doing, guys? What do you want to do?
Okay. So recapping, we're going through a huge vehicle, which one of us has to navigate.
You gonna navigate it?
Yep.
All right. Are you proficient with land vehicles, or ground vehicles, or any vehicles?
Yes. Ground vehicles.
Ground. You have land vehicles or ground vehicles? Which one?
Land
That's
vehicles.
different. You have land vehicles, right? Yeah, regular cars. Okay, vehicles that are on terrain, no problem. Not within terrain. Ground vehicles are within terrain, so like digging like vehicles. Now, this technically isn't a digging vehicle, but it is still within ground parameters because of its speed and its limited mobility. So you don't have disadvantage on this because you are proficient with a type of vehicle, but you do not have the proficiency for the ground vehicles, so that's excellent. So this is going to be a flat roll using your land vehicles check minus the proficiency, so you actually can't use the land vehicles proficiency. So you're using your either dexterity or strength for you, as you'd have to either be quick to adjust or brace yourself on the turns. Okay, 12. Right. Amir, you're about to step onto a cylinder of a rod with bolts, nuts and bolts plastered all over it. A bit of a creaking heavy door that just, clanks the moment they close it with heavy pressure. And it's very reverberative, if that's even a word. It's very intensified. It's just shaking inside. I'm assuming again that you're joining Arthur in that vehicle. I just want to make sure.
Okay. Can you do me a favor and repeat that last part?
Oh, are you joining Arthur in the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. So great. You guys start over with Vane. You guys only remember like a split second. There was a turn that was basically signaled for you to turn left, but the left turn never showed up. But there was a turn to like go higher, like to go elevated. That caused a bit of an issue. You guys blew up in a matter of seconds. You didn't feel it. You just find yourselves blinking in front of Vane. He says, "Hello. Welcome back."
No.
How'd it happen?
I'm assuming it's because we didn't do anything ourselves on foot.
Oh, that happens when you feel you're ready to take on the world. This is the preamble. You must know this place before you could run it. What have you learned?
That we aren't ready to be there.
That's not much information. What information did you attain?
What was inside, along with the potential of the stuff there.
Okay. You've learned of a beast that its proportions are too massive to even exist on this planet. That's a big start. You've learned of a little big thing that's hanging around on this planet. What do you feel about that?
I think. You go ahead.
I think that this planet has more magic here than I first thought it would.
It does. It has much.
From what I heard, this place was basically run dry in magical ability.
Oh, and it is. But that's because it's being siphoned.
And how do we end the siphon?
You'd have to break the chains.
Yes. That would make sense.
At this point, Arthur and Vane will give you the breakdown of the chains, if they haven't already. The exposition dump of the Lady Ohe, this Vulcan creature, this primordial entity that is the end of existence as a flash of fire, is too early bothered. They're supposed to be at rest for a long time. And some individuals took it to take the planet that they are within, put chains on them that siphon the tendrils of power, and then effectively utilize it for their own need. That's where you guys are globetrotting to. You have 4 more to do. Well, you have 3 to do, and then you come back here to do the last one. To be dramatic.
So should we just take a helicopter then?
A helicopter's not gonna cut it.
So should we try doing it again? Only use the right one again?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the information. You can't make that mistake again.
Yeah. Like, I was in the driver's seat, I was seeing the controls, I felt the controller right in my hands.
Yeah. So is that what we're gonna do?
Sounds like
I'm
it.
okay with that.
Yeah. You run through the whole thing again. We're gonna fast forward it. The guy's pissed. You know how to navigate them a little better now that you kind of understand them. And it's a little more fluid. You know, you feel like you made up half the time. Like it took you like 2 hours before you even got into the room. You were in this room by like half an hour. You know, like I'll say, like you went to the salesman. You said we're here to help, and he's like, help. What are you talking about? He said we're Vane's buddies, and basically he was like, oh yeah, he's the best. He gave me this he probably shows you a magical item, and he tosses you keys. Those keys are to a vehicle that easily enough you guys could drive up to the fort. You get to the fort, you go into the room, you have the magnetic boots on, and then you see the weird worm of fire again. And wisdom saves, please. You eventually make it to your to the little what's it called? The rod that is supposed to be the magnetron track. And the Amir, you love staring into that weird worm of light, by the way. Like every like it's the cutest thing ever. Like it's like a puppy. You're not sure what's up with it, but is like it gives you those vibes. Anyways, as both of you get inside of the thing again, you shoot yourselves over to the next locale, Mexico. You're there. What's it look like?
Well, let's go find that seal, finish it up, and then off to the next location.
Yeah. If it was that easy.
Yeah.
You see and we're gonna skip just a little bit. You all come to what seems to be another military base waiting to receive eventually people from the magnetron track, but as lackluster as it's been, as volatile as it is, people are, trepidatious in making the jump. As you made it just fine, understanding how to get to Mexico easily enough, you eventually bump into the one sleepy guard that was supposed to be, waiting there to open the door for you. So you're like on the side of another ballast doors. You can see them through the window, and you're just like cracking on the window. It took them like 8 minutes, and eventually they woke up from the noise that you're making. But it doesn't take much for you to probe them from information, name drop either Ririsu or Vane, matters not. They're both just as popular, and they will point you to what they understand to be where the chains are. You find yourself being dropped off via, matter of fact, helicopter outside of this track area, and generally they say it's in the middle of the track. Eventually some weird creatures arrive to you. One of them is carrying a wrench, like a massive wrench. The other one has a screwdriver that's really sharpened, and they're both just like holding it in one hand to the side, just like not out and against you or towards you, just prepared if anything, but they sort of just point you with their heads because they don't have another hand, they only have the one, and you can intuit that they want you to follow them to the center. They have a path to go as cars are continuously just fucking zooming by, just they're just going and crashing and crackling, and some of them are shooting stuff and other ones are just blowing each other up, and then one eventually, sort of makes it further away, and then is caught by like a trap, and then they lose their position. But yeah, what do you guys do? Do you guys follow the little weirdos?
I would.
That you do without question, but the little magnet boots is a soft no. It's bullshit.
Sorry.
All right, Arthur, you following as well, right?
Sorry.
Are you following these little creatures?
Yeah.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he is keeping. But he. But he looks towards Amir and whispers towards his ear. Keep on them. Could be a trap.
Anything could be a trap. I've been keeping my eyes on everybody.
Everything's a trap.
You also heard Arthur said this, whispered this. I knew it.
Of course. I don't have a good picture for him. Okay, I know where I could find a good picture for him. It's over here. Okay, so you guys walk up to the spot here. Let's put your characters down. Here is a good spot to go down. Right there. Somewhere like here. Right here for me. Anywhere. Yeah, as you're walked up by the lemures, that eventually take you to this beheaded. Well, I guess he's only headed. It's a bodiless form of a head. This flame skull. Apparating around it is this green substance, this fog-like effect. They're shocking. In fact, just to be around, choking you, just to be around them. It's sort of like pollution incarnate, but they are accompanied with what seems to be. They're not heavily armored at all, but here's your little guy. Here's your friend.
Right.
Here's your paladin. He waves you over and he says, "Hey mates, Steve here. Vane told me to meet you."
Good. Pleasure to meet you. Name's Arthur Feathers.
Feathers. It's not the name he told me, but alright, we could work with it. So right, what we hear about? Listen, there's a bit of situation. We have this guy here. He's willing to help us out. He wants us also see a bit of a problem, a chaos, occurrence, like our benefactor, But
Yep.
he wants a very specific type of thing. He wants one of us to win. The problem is losing is kind of almost like dying, unless you're like really, really very lucky, you know. And I don't know how to use these things. How you guys want to do this? Maybe, or maybe you want to talk him out, or should we like kill him? He gets close when he says that. Like he doesn't say that in front of him.
Yep. We could use it. I'll consider that Plan Z. I got an idea. One of us goes ahead and tries to convince him. Another one of us tries to win the race. And then another one gets ready for Plan Z. How's that sound?
Okay. Listen, I'm hands off here. I'll help out whatever way. I got your back. Now I don't. If you gotta put me in the front, that's great. I'm not the best there, but I'm very good at supporting anyone. And then he's like winking at you, like he's got you guys covered. That's the DM saying you guys are gonna have like a nice constant bless bonus.
Well, Arthur's gonna look at what the cards and he's like, so which one am I gonna be racing in?
Oh, we gotta talk to him about it. And he sort of just gets out the way.
Thank you. So I talked to Skull Fiend here.
Yeah, it's just floating there looking at you. It's emotionless other than the almost always consistent up and down motion of the jaw as if it is consistently laughing. Noise does not escape its mouth yet, but it looks like it.
Well, so which car am I using?
Are you here to join the death race?
Sounds
To get
dangerous.
access to that chain.
Yes. The winner is granted a wish. You wish the chain. I will offer it.
Okay.
You see an explosion just happen in the background, like he does laugh when that happens. He's like,
Give me 1 sec.
okay.
Somebody... Well, yep. You're correct. I'm the driver. Just show me the car and we'll get started.
Oh, you pick your car. You pick your vehicle. Why would I choose your folly for you?
Arthur just looks at him, smiling. He's like, wow, I get to drive, do this, and pick my own car? Did I die and go to heaven?